Welcome back to Cabin Pressure with Sean and G, the podcast you keep coming back to like a bad habit your therapist hasn't cured yet.
We're flattered or worried. It's hard to tell. But welcome aboard. Please refrain from trying to bribe your way into first class with a damp $20 bill.
Today we're diving into airport disasters, social media truth bombs, and whatever other chaos life has hurled at us this week.
Basically, everything that proves people are out here navigating life with the confidence of someone who didn't read the instructions.
So grab your seat, lower your expectations,
And buckle up, because sarcasm and wit is the in-flight snack.
Prepare for takeoff.
Hey everyone, welcome. This is Cabin Pressure.
Bells will be ringing. This sad, sad news.
It's so
Oh, what a Christmas to have the blues. Dude,
go ahead, keep going. I was digging your
it was
Christmas
digging
song,
it,
man.
man. I had to come in. It's the holidays.
You're getting that jazz thing.
It's
going
the
on.
holidays. I love that song.
Like, yeah, that was good.
I love that song.
I like that one.
And so, man, what's been going down?
Nothing.
It's
I
the
was just-
holidays.
I was waiting for you to keep going. I was like, come on, man.
I would
Bring it,
probably
Sean.
I would probably keep going, but I don't know the words.
I'm a one-hit wonder, but only like
I only
10
know
words.
10 words
Yeah.
to the first
All right, cool.
beginning of the song.
Yeah.
It's kind of like everybody knows the chord,
Like
the
Jingle Bells.
rhythm of the song, whatever. Right.
That was good, though. I like that one.
Anyhow, man, I have been flying this last week, 4 days out of the 5 days. Are you shocked?
I am so shocked because actually people have told me, they're like, you know something? I spotted Sean.
Yeah, there was a Sean
It's-
sighting
it was
at
like
the airport.
It was like Sasquatch.
It
right?
was.
I mean, in our base, it was like, hey, you know something? Guess what I did the other day? I was like, I don't know. I seen Sean.
They were like, again?
At
Really?
wait a minute. I said at the airport. Now, was he dressed in uniform or was he in regular
Right.
clothes?
Right.
And they said he was in uniform. I was like,
Yeah.
damn.
I've been working, man.
Couldn't
I've been
believe that.
doing this freaking crazy snowstorm. We'll be talking about that and all that crap and stuff. But you know what? So my first flight this week, I had the weirdest experience. We're down in Houston and we're walking through the airport, and you know Houston, that international terminal in Houston where they like all the every other airline like flies out of that airline.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're walking down this terminal, and we're walking past this ANA flight attendant group, and they're all huddled around in a circle, and each one of them is holding this like little stick in a box with a tube on it, and they're like, everyone's like putting it up to their mouth, blowing into this thing, and then showing each other like the results. It was like the whole entire crew with breathalyzers.
Really?
It was like we had to stop and take a depilator. We were like, what? What's going on? Like, is this like a requirement before they go to work? They all have to like breathalyze and make sure that they're clean before they were. But I was like, damn, don't let my company see this shit.
It'd be like, maybe it's a halitosis.
Yeah.
Right? You got stinky breath.
Yeah. You got, how bad is your
Yeah.
stink breath?
Ugh. You got bad breath. No, I've not. I've never heard that.
Dude,
Never
to-
seen it.
To see the whole side of it, they were like in a big, huge circle, and they were all doing the same
And doing
thing.
it in public too, right?
Yeah, right there, like out, like off the side of the gate or whatever, and you're like, this is weird.
But you've seen a lot of like different countries' crews
Right.
when they do briefings and stuff.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they do that and they circle up.
Yeah. I mean, like it's not a crew briefing is normal, but I mean, when we walked by, it was like, each person in the crew that we were walking by, all of us like stopped and kind of turned to each other and were like, did you see what I saw?
There's a bad breath test.
Like it was weird. It was so abnormal that we like caught it, like our
I'm
like
surprised you
weird
didn't go
radar.
over there and go, hey, listen, I got a question.
I wanted to take a picture.
I know.
That's what I was like.
Yeah.
But I didn't know they spoke English. But anyways, man, it was just crazy, man. And then I got the privilege of flying with one of our crew members here in the base that all of us like. This lady is the one of the kindest persons you will ever meet in your life. Like, just so sweet, so kind. But she's one of those people that just everything that comes out of her mouth is nothing. Like, it's that Charlie Brown thing. It's like, and it happens the whole flight. Like, she just is talking about nothing. She started talking to me about, like, she's just kind of like ditzy, like a ditzy funny thing.
That's more like it, right? I mean, she's actually very sweet.
Yeah, she's
very,
just so. That's what
yeah.
I'm saying. Like, she's the sweetest person you'll ever mind. Like, she is so kind. She would do anything for you, just like a nice person. But to this point, she started talking to me about this. Like, she's like, I want you know, I've been doing these international things and all this. She's like, yeah, I loved international. You know, I did international for all this time and all this stuff. She goes, and did I ever tell you about us getting kicked off the double-decker bus in London? And I was like, what? What happened? She goes, yeah, we sat back behind the driver in the double-decker bus. And then, you know, they're going on the wrong side of the road. And so we kept on, like, every time, like, there would be a bike, you know, like in Europe, how it's like they like ride real close to it, and they're like, oh, watch out for the bike. Oh no, the bike. Oh my gosh. And then they would like, oh, whoa, here, there's this easy. We're getting really close to that car, you know, like, and you know, she verbalizes everything really, like, all the time. Finally, the bus driver, he stopped the bus and told him to get off. He said, you're distracting me. Get off. And everybody in Cleveland has heard that story, totally understands. Like, it wasn't just wah, 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 wah. It was like a distracting wah, 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 wah.
You know, she listens to our podcast, right?
She'll be cracking up laughing because I told her I was going to tell this story.
Exactly. And you know that we love you because I love flying with you. I've known you for years, but I can so see that happening. I can see this, right? No, open door. Get off. Go now. Get off.
Oh, sheesh,
that's
man.
when the rest of the crew just turns around and says, "You couldn't just shut up."
No, you just couldn't. Can't you just shut up?
Right, just that one last look. Right,
Stop.
That one last look he gave us, and then the handle went on that door. Okay, get out.
Right. So, anyways,
that's gonna be hard to get kicked off of a double bus. So, right, you got to pretty.
It's legendary.
You've got to really screw up to get kicked off a double bus.
Right. So, anyways, then there was, you know, like the opposite happened on my flight today. The other day was, do you have these non-revs on your flight? And when I say non-revs, like for those people to listen to and don't understand airline jargon, that's a crew or a employee of the airline that's flying for free, basically. And they're on air flight and they're like the neediest motherfuckers.
Yep.
They
were not properly trained. That's the problem.
Dude, no. These are retirees that come on and they're like, oh, gimme. And like we got a couple that go back and forth to Florida.
Right.
And I know you know who this is, but every time they get on the flight, I'm like, oh no, here it comes. They're going to be asking for everything in the world.
Now, was this this recently?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it like a Hawaiian shirt?
Maybe.
Like bluish? Because I just seen him in the terminal, man.
Yeah.
I just seen him in the terminal. And do you know when he travels?
What's that?
It's the same damn shirt.
Oh, no, yeah, dude. I mean,
same shirt. What is that?
First
you
of
got
all,
no other shirts?
Both of those people are like driven by alcohol rules their life. And it's bad. Like, it's like they come on and they're just like, they're half lit already and they want to drink off everything in the plane.
Right.
And they want you to give everything for free. And, you know, it's just, you know, we don't give, no, you know, I don't give a shit. Like normally, like if you come on and we know you, like you're going to get treated like royalty.
Right.
But when you come on and you're like demanding it, you know, that's when it's like, everybody's like, no, that ain't happening.
Shut down.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But it was just like, I was like, I hate this feeling. And it was so wild because like everybody in the crew was like, did you see him? Did you see him?
You already knew what's coming.
You already knew what's coming.
Yeah. As soon as you get out there. All you got to do, would you like something to drink? There you go.
Yeah.
Opened up that Pandora's box, didn't you?
Yeah, that's freaking crazy, man. Anyways, and then the other thing, holidays are happening, and I'm putting up holiday decorations, and Carol's flying 100 hours this month, which is for a pilot is like
That's a lot.
like unheard of.
Yeah.
And she wanted to push herself to get to 100. And I told her, I was like, why are you doing this during December? Like, this is not the best month. Do it in January. There's too much crap going on. So she's stressed out and all this stuff. And she's like, you got to put up the decorations. And, when you're off, you got to do this for me. I don't have time. And so today I've been putting up the Christmas tree and putting on the garland. And do you like garland?
No, it's bullshit. I mean, it's straight bullshit. I hate garland. I do. I mean, and we could talk about this all damn day because I'm required to put up real shit. Okay. I used to have the fake stuff that you had.
Yeah.
And what I hate about that shit, it ends up everywhere, just like the real garland. But
the mess does not bother me. That is not my problem. My problem is that fake garland, it's like made out of wire and plastic, and you're trying to bend it and fluff the garland, and then you got the lights that go out, and then you can't figure out what light which one's out and which one's not. And I have spent all day replacing bulbs trying to get the garland working, and it just pains me to put the shit up. And then in addition, like you said, it makes a total mess. I don't know how fake trees and all this stuff, they shed just as much as real trees. I don't know if that was something the inventor put into the whole thing.
Yeah.
It should act like real. They could have skipped that shit.
Do you ever notice when you get people are like, oh, you should get in the holiday spirit? Well, when your ass is putting all the shit up,
right?
I mean, they're like, it's not like the Chevy Chase, holiday vacation, right? It's more like Uncle Eddie.
I got the Chevy Chase National Lampoon Christmas upstairs.
Yeah,
that tree.
Yeah,
like a million lights on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I got that tree.
I hate I put up all the real shit. You got to put plastic on the floor because the damn sticky. I mean, it all falls. It looks pretty when it's all done. You're like, oh yeah, it looks really pretty. Then what happens after about 3 weeks?
Right.
All the shit dries out.
Tink, 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 tink,
you got to go put this shit all over the floors to take all this shit back down.
Dude, pine needles, and they get
all
into your
place.
carpet, and they they're like needles sewn into there.
Happy holiday.
Yeah. I just I'm not trying to be a Scrooge.
No, your garland looked good.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be a Scrooge, and I don't mind. And here's the crazy thing. So we normally, if we had this normal December where we had time off and took a slow month instead of flying all the time, normally she has this thing that the Department 56, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
She's got thousands of these things. I'm talking this whole house, 3 stories, can be each level filled with every freaking flat surface will be a Department 56 on it. It takes 3 days to assemble it.
Yeah, my parents used to have the little snow houses and all that.
That's what this is.
I know. I know. They just had, they the whole villages and everything all lit up and all.
Yep.
Nope.
Dude,
the garland's bad enough, Sean.
I know. I would literally assemble. I have tables that I build just for the Department 56 shit, and I was I put a big squash on it about 5 years ago.
Do you have an ice rink too?
We have all those series. We have the whole entire Department 56 Scrooge series where it's all animated and all this stuff. We got Snow Village. We got the ice skating rinks. We got, dude.
Wouldn't you like to sell that?
I would love to sell this shit. I was actually thinking about burning would be better.
You don't mean to be that way.
I'm not trying to be a Scrooge. I'm not trying to be a Scrooge. I mean, I do enjoy the holidays, but you know what I enjoy about the holidays is just celebrating the reason of holidays. Getting into the season and celebrating Jesus, and and be real about it, and be with people. That whole part of it is that all the decorating and all that crap. And
You know,
the presents,
okay.
the presents are nice, but it's like I rather like the community of the whole thing.
You know why this bullshit now though? Because for years as the kids are growing up, I'm out there putting all these damn lights on the house. Our old house looked like a damn gingerbread house, right?
Oh wow,
Lights everywhere, up and down. You had the candy canes, all that shit. Well, in the middle at nighttime, you came in. Say I came in from a flight. It's like 9:30, 10 o'clock. Hey, yeah, how you doing? The strand of lights went out on the top. I'm like, okay, well, I'll get out there tomorrow. Well, yeah, but you can see them, then they're out. Like, wait a minute. So this is how dumb we are. This is how stupid we are when we were young. We get that big ass ladder out. It's like 10:30 at night. You double this thing up to the very top to go up there and find that one damn bulb.
Yep.
And all it is a misstep, and it's a helicopter ride.
Oh yeah.
Right? If you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
It's a helicopter ride.
Yeah.
If not, it's a wagon.
Yeah.
So I don't do that shit no more.
You see the outside of my house.
I know, that's mine.
I mean,
too.
I haven't. I do like I will put up like I have some lights that are like projection lights and stuff like that I'll pop out eventually. But it's like, yeah. It's just too much.
Instead
like the
of
whole
Scrooge, we can sit there and say that we got smarter.
Yeah.
Right? They're like, oh, you got to be a Scrooge. No, I got smart because my ass was up there about 30, 40 feet looking down going, this is stupid.
Here's the other thing I did. So I put the whole squash on this thing because, excuse me, the wife was like, she loves all this stuff. I mean, when it's all up, it's cool. And everything, when everything's assembled, it's all great. But I was saying like, we had like a few years where we did all this work, 3 days of putting up villages, putting up lights outside, do the whole thing. It's like a whole week of just assembling, right?
Right.
And not one person came to visit our house.
Nope. Just get to look at it.
Just us looking at it.
Yeah, that's it.
And, people driving by.
Yep. And as soon as the new year starts, what do you got to do?
Sometime rip that shit down.
That's what I'm saying. It's horrible. Anyway,
anyways,
happy holidays.
Yeah, the holidays are all good and all that stuff. But you know what else had happened this holiday season that just happened? Did you hear about that Michael Dell investing that money to children for their investment funds?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I think that is the coolest damn thing in the whole universe. Like I'm talking to these other flight attendants, and one of the flight attendants, actually a lot of flight attendants I talk to, are not financial savvy. Like they just don't get how to invest, how to do it. They don't know who to talk to. And I bet you this is everybody out there. A lot of people in the world, especially in America, don't understand who to talk to or go get help or afraid to ask because, it's money's a stigma thing. So it's like you're afraid to ask all that, saying, how do I get this? And then we don't teach it to our kids either. Like if you don't know it, you don't know it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And even as the older we get, we're kind of afraid, like if you haven't done investment when the time you should have done the investments, you're afraid to ask because, you're embarrassed that you're like behind the curve and all that stuff. And then that whole thing snowballs and cascades. But this whole thing where they like Michael Dell is like starting off and saying, hey, every kid that's born between now and 2028, he donated $6.25 billion of his own money, no government money. And the government's basically saying they're putting together a program that's going to support this thing that is no taxes, no government taxes and all this stuff. And it's going to launch these kids' financial future so that whether they go to school or whether they go, they want to buy a house later, they can't touch it until after they're 18.
That's cool.
Which is super cool. But if you do the math on just putting in $1,000 and what that, if one kid doesn't do anything, doesn't contribute anything, that $1,000 in 18 years is going to be quite a bit of money.
It reminds me of the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. Did you ever read that?
Oh yeah,
that's a good book.
Yeah, well, that's a book. That's a book that a lot of everybody should read.
Yeah, because we bring our kids up to be poor. If you read about it, we do. We bring them up to be poor. You don't understand that until you actually read the book.
Yeah,
but we that's what we do because we don't educate them how to actually make money.
Right. Well, how to make your money make money.
Well,
that's what we don't
how to make money with your money.
Yeah, we educate them how to make money. We don't educate them how to manage their money and how to make their money make money.
Right.
And so I just it's cool, and the other wonderful thing about this is it's on the political thing, like it's a total bipartisan. Like nobody could say shit about this. Like
Right.
it's just somebody starting
Donated.
Yeah,
Right.
it's just
You can't do
donating
it,
money.
yeah.
Like, hey, going to the government saying, hey, I want to start this program. This is what I want to do. I want to give all the children in America born in this time this much money.
Now, okay, so this amount of money, is it like an investment fund that he just that they actually control?
No, so it's like one of those, growth funds that they're going to be able. He doesn't control it whatsoever. He has nothing, no part about it, other than he just started the program, right? And so they're going to have each one of them have this investment fund. It's kind of like an IRA or something like that will grow over time.
It's going to be kind of cool to track that and see exactly how much money these kids are going to be
In
making.
18 years, I'd love to see what the news is, the report is, like what the average kid got out of this whole thing.
We were born at the wrong time.
We all got our place in the world.
Yeah. that is amazing though. $1,000 and what it's going to do for their future.
Oh
Incredible.
man, it's awesome that people. I was just telling a flight attendant I do lots of investments, all kinds of different stuff. But have you ever heard of Stash?
No.
So Stash is this cool little app, and there's a bunch of different apps out there, but Stash costs you $3 a month, and you can go and put whatever you want into it and automate it from your checking account to like invest. And so like 20 months ago, I decided, you know what, I'm going to try this out, check it out. And I was like, you know what, I'll throw $10 a week in it. $10 a week.
Right.
Who misses that?
Nobody.
I mean, like, dude, we spend that at Starbucks.
Right.
Right. I mean, like $10 a week and whatever. But I just kept doing this and literally just forgot about it. And literally looked at it yesterday, and it's over $1,000.
Yeah. So it just came right out of your checking account?
Comes right out of your checking account, and you set it up with the app. You sign up. The cool thing is that once you sign up and you tell a friend, then the app will give you $50, and they'll get $50.
Oh, that's cool.
And then you start this growth thing, and it also has education stuff in the app about how to invest and how to watch your money, and you can adjust it to like how that's the word I'm looking for, strong, or how whatever, like aggressive you want to be about your investing.
You just got me interested.
Dude, we're going to sign you up.
Exactly. Well, you want $50. Cheap bastard. You just want to get 1,050 in yours.
And that's how you hook them, people.
Exactly. Hook, line, and sinker. Wait a minute. I just feel like I just got rolled on that one. My wait a minute. Yeah.
So anyways,
No, actually, it sounds good though.
It is. Yeah. It's a really cool, and that's kind of like
kind of
the
a
Michael
cool word though, stash too, because you're kind of stashing it away.
Yeah, and so that's how the Michael Dell thing should be. Like, I mean, it will be really cool, I think, if they tie this into like, seeing that he does computer stuff. Tie this into an app like that.
Right.
Where they have that money, and then they can also do some self-education and stuff. That I haven't heard that's where they're going. It's kind of like this is in the launch phase right now, but it would really be really cool if that's how they kind of like did it. So then the kids can actually see their money grow and see like, hey, maybe I can add to this. And the cool thing is that whether they add to it or not, they can't touch it until doesn't matter what happens. You can't touch it until you're 18.
But they can actually add to it.
Oh yeah, you can continue to add.
That is absolutely
you can continue to add to it, right? And that's the whole idea.
Now, can how when they buy gifts, can somebody like put $25 in for them? That's cool.
Yeah,
that makes
the
sense.
whole. That's the whole
really
thing.
cool.
This is like trying to teach America how to invest and grow their money.
That is cool.
And if you don't know about it, find out about it, because I mean, I have no kids, and I'm going to get no part of this whole thing. Like, this doesn't benefit me whatsoever, other than I think it's smart for everybody to understand and have an education about investing
for young parents. So, I mean, that's something to look into. Yeah.
One other thing before we get on to what you've been doing is I heard this podcast and it was this guy was talking about how this whole thing was like really, he was talking about, he's an investment guy and, stock market. And he was talking about how this is really cool, but this is something that we should have done also with Social Security. He proposed a bill back in the Clinton days that if they took 2% of the total gross sum of Social Security and invested it into the stock market, that 2% would literally drive the market with Social Security and keep Social Security funded over the compound interest of time until you retire, till all the people retire, and the cycles of it. And I was like, wow, that's super smart. Like, why isn't the government doing this?
Sean, we could sit here and talk all day, and we don't want to get that political on this, but I mean,
but that's not really political.
I know, no. But I'm saying we can talk all day about how stupid our government is about money. Period. I mean, I'm not even going to get into that because our government as a whole is just stupid when it comes to money.
Well, they're stupid about like they keep it all to the different level of classes. Like we're not going to get into that.
No,
we got other things to talk about, but yeah, this new Michael Dell thing is awesome.
I think that's incredible. Cool. I really like that.
Yeah.
Now, my week.
Yeah. What have you been doing?
It's almost like this rundown. You like to have this thing, and I was sitting there looking at the list of stuff. I'm like, shit, I got a rundown of stuff. Like ESPN. We're like, oh, okay, what we're gonna do? This is the rundown. Yeah. That's what I feel like my week was this week. It was like the rundown. So I'm going to start off the week. Okay, did you drive in that shit-ass snow that we got?
Oh, yeah. That was so crappy.
You guys, let me tell you, when I'm telling you, it was one of those drives. When you're driving in, you have those last thoughts.
We had a snowstorm here.
Last thoughts.
Yeah.
When I'm driving in, I'm sitting there thinking that this is it, right? I'm going to die.
Today is the day I'm getting into a major accident.
Forget about the deer.
Right.
I'm lucky if I can see the damn road.
Yeah.
I mean, you know that there's 3 lanes of interstate here, but you see like 2 like little things going through. And you can't get off the interstate because if you do, you're going to end up in a ditch because you can't even see the freaking, off ramps because no snow plows.
Yeah.
There's that one snow plow that like he's out on the road, and guess where he's at? All the way on the other side of the damn interstate, going the other direction.
You know what? I had the same thought. Like I was like, why is this plows? Like I saw the plows
going away from the city.
They're going away from the commuting traffic. Yep. Like nobody's on that side of the road. They're all going on this side.
Yeah.
Like why isn't it over here?
Yeah.
And that side, our side was shit.
It was complete shit.
Oh my gosh.
And all the way in that I'm sitting there thinking I'm gonna die today.
Dude, here's something else that happened with that for me was, I bought that new car.
Right.
So evidently the windshield wiper fluid that they put into it isn't rated for that coldness. And I was like spraying ice sheets onto my windshield. I was like, motherfucking, like, I'm like, are you kidding me? This is a German-made vehicle. Why you don't have like good antifreeze windshield wiper fluid in here?
Especially how much that car costs, right?
I was so
top
mad.
of the line shit should be in that thing.
I was so mad, dude.
Well, mine
it was treacherous.
Freeze.
You were like,
mine didn't freeze, but I was constantly hitting the damn thing because as soon as salt gets on the road, it gets on your window. You can't see shit.
Yeah, you can't see shit.
You can't see anything. I mean, salt, and all you're seeing is 2 taillights.
Dude, that was one puckered up, like your ass cheeks were like tight.
And then you get into the parking lot and you start thanking God. Right? You're like, listen, I appreciate it. I just want to tell you, I really appreciate the drive in today.
Yeah.
My knuckles are white. I can't stand it. I'm clenched.
Then you step out of the car and slip on your ass.
It's bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. Okay. So I had to follow it up with these people that are so transparent on social media.
Yeah.
So I was reading these comments from a person about their life. Why would you go on there and tell people how messed up your life is?
I mean, it's supposed to be therapeutic, right?
I don't know. I just think it's bullshit. I was reading this on social media, and I'm like, I would never do that.
Yeah.
Dumb decision making, and you're just letting everybody know about it.
Instead, you have a podcast and you do it.
Yeah. That's easy. That's easy, right?
I'm just had to walk through that door.
That's okay. That's all right. I like that. So that's okay. I was thinking of you again this week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What was that?
Well, they had this Uber driver
Really?
And, yeah, because, I've never, ever, ever got Uber Eats.
Really?
Yeah, and after I seen this picture, I never will.
Why?
Well, they had the guy standing at the urinal with the McDonald's bag right next to his feet. And
he was just trying to
Nope, he had his
season
Uber
delivery.
He had his Uber tag on that thing, and I'm looking at him sitting there going, okay, that's going to somebody's house, and they're like, why is the bottom wet?
Yeah.
Right?
Why are my fries extra seasoned?
What is that smell? So these Uber drivers, these Uber Eat drivers, all of a sudden got to go to the bathroom, take your Chipotle into the bathroom,
Dude,
the damn thing
it's
on the
not
floor.
just Uber Eats. Believe me, we're not trying to pick on just Uber Eats, but it's like that was a picture of that guy. But I mean, there's so many idiot drivers out there.
I know
that are doing this DoorDash and Uber Eats and Grubhub and all this shit.
It made me think of you, and it made me think that I will never,
I would never ever do
order food and have the chance that somebody had to go pee.
Yeah. That's like a flight attendant. Before we serve the tray out to first class, we like take it in the bathroom with us and go to the bathroom.
It's just so wrong.
Set it on the changing table.
I sent that to Jackson because Jackson, he gets DoorDash and the food. So I sent him a picture, and I'm like, "Was that your McDonald's?"
Yeah,
yeah. All right. Well, that made me think of you.
Big Macs with extra sauce.
Mm-hmm. Well, happened this week. Love this one. I don't know if you did, but Ohio State beat Michigan.
Oh, dude.
Julian saying this kid has 78.9% completion ratio.
I know, man.
And he looks like he's 9.
Dude,
he looks like he's like 9 years old.
Listen, I'm not a huge Ohio State fan. I'm gonna throw it down just like that. And but they're a force to be reckoned with this year. Like, period. I just don't see anyone beating them this year. It's just they're gonna win the national championship, and it's gonna be, only
Ohio people
State
getting their ass beat by them.
Yeah, I mean they're a force to be reckoned with this year for sure.
But that kid is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, as a quarterback, unbelievable. 78.9% for the year. That's incredible.
He's making money.
So then I watched a New York's Giants kicker. I love this name.
What's his name?
Young Ho Koo.
Young Ho Koo.
Yep. But what he did was when he went to kick the field goal, he missed the ball and actually hit the turf.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Hit the turf.
I saw that. It's extremely rare to see that in the NFL,
right.
But I mean,
it happens.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Right, makes a mistake.
Everybody.
But that's not why I wanted to talk about it. I was looking at his name. I was like, Young Ho.
Young Ho.
Now, if he had a sister, would it be Miho?
Yuho.
No, that'd be his brother.
Yuho?
Yeah. Yuho. His brother is Yuho. His sister's Miho. And if they had twins, it'd be Weehos.
Weehos?
Weeho. Now, they all come from the grandpa, would be Old Ho.
All coming from Ma and Pa Ho.
So when I was seeing this, I instantly remind 16 Candles.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember his name?
Long Duck Dong.
Oh, pretty girlfriend.
Pretty girlfriend.
Long Duck Dong, man. I remember that movie, right?
Oh, sheesh.
I love that name.
That's like that. It's hilarious.
Imagine growing up with your name. What's your name? Young Ho.
Yeah.
That's good.
Every time I hear like names like that, I always think of the. There's 2 kids in my high school class that their last name was Head,
right?
And their father was the general of our base.
Yeah.
And his name was Richard Head.
Oh, Dickhead.
Yeah, General Dickhead.
That's so bad,
dude. Can you imagine having the career of like being an officer?
Yeah.
And he like new officer. He was like Lieutenant Dickhead, then became Captain Dickhead, then Major Dickhead.
And you have a bunch of little dickheads.
Colonel Dickhead.
Yeah, but then you have a bunch of little dickheads. Right?
And you just have him Dickhead.
Sorry, you went there, man. If you're going to invite me to go that direction, I'm going there.
Yeah.
So, okay. And here's the downside. So went to get the turkey before Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah?
Picked it up. Was coming through the parking lot. Was facing like going to the right. And I got hit.
Dude,
Yep.
what again?
Yeah, got hit. And the thing was that I was sitting there, and it wasn't so much as that it was hard, but when I got hit, I was turning to the left, and when I got hit, it was from the right, and it caved in my back door, and it just jerked me, and then I was like more pissed, and I got out, and I was like, son of a bitch, and because it jerked my neck to the right, and I was like, you know how your neck feels funny when that happens? So I get out, and I start taking pictures, and just learn this, when you're on private property, you know this, right? When you're on private property and you're not on the roadway, the police ain't going to come.
Yeah.
So what you want to get out to do is take pictures of the accident right away. Don't let them move the vehicle. Don't let them move it. Let the
I don't care
vehicle.
if you're on public or private. I will take a video and I will take pictures.
Right, but take pictures right away of the vehicle being in that position.
Yes,
and then what you want to do is you want to get the driver's license pictures and the registration and proof of insurance and all that. Anyway, it's a big pain in the ass. But at first, I didn't think it was a big problem. Then all of a sudden, I went home and I had this. I started rotating my head left and right, and it was fine. Then I tilted it left, and I tilted it right, and I was like, I got this pain shooting down my back. I was like, son of a bitch.
Okay.
So I had to go to the hospital to go through that whole stupid emergency room. You know what they did in the emergency room? They left my ass in the freaking emergency room. I'm sitting in that back room, Sean. They did not even give me a nurse button.
Dude.
I had to piss so bad. My back teeth were floating.
So you got back there, and then they forgot about you basically back in the back?
Yeah, after the CT scan. Yeah, I was waiting back there for them, and I'm like, this is taking forever. So they got me all hooked up to these monitors and shit, and I got to pee so bad. I can't get a hold of anybody because they got the curtains pulled.
You didn't have a bell or nothing?
No. They had the door closed, the nurse, nothing. So I'm like, this is bullshit.
You have a voice.
I took all that shit off and I got my ass out.
You took it off? Oh, God.
Yeah, I took all that shit off and I walked out. And she was like, oh, what are you doing? I was like, I'm going to the bathroom. None of you guys even checked on my ass. And I was sitting in there for the last 2 hours waiting for you. And she goes, oh, you're discharged. I said, how the hell can I be discharged? None of you even talked to me yet.
Yeah.
So then the doctor comes over, talks to me. I'm pissed. I just grab their paperwork and I leave. But anyway, what I was telling you is, make sure that you get all the information on the accident. It's no fun going through that crap right now. So I got to get my car fixed, which is absolutely no fun whatsoever. My neck's jacked up, so that's no fun. But anyway, it'll get better. And now, so here's a funnier thing. It's the season of dumb gifts.
Dumb?
Yeah,
gifts.
because when I was sitting in there, I was looking at my phone, and I get all these stupid advertisements. You get those now for Christmas?
I blocked all that shit. So.
Okay, so I didn't. I get these dumb gift things, and it reminded me of Ralphie from A Christmas Story, right? When he got that decoder ring, and he got it in there from Ovaltine, and what it was is drink more Ovaltine. And he was like, he got that dumbass look on his face, and then he was standing there in that bunny outfit. When you were a kid, did your parents ever buy you one of them dumbass outfits? A dumb outfit.
Who knows? Probably.
You didn't have any pictures. We had a picture of me, David, and Bruce. And we had these Russian hats on with those ear muff things that pull down. You look so damn dumb.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever have those?
I know what you're talking about, like those
hunting
caps.
Hats,
like,
yeah. And then you pull them down and you got that one picture of them.
Yeah.
And you look stupid.
I don't know if I have any stupid pictures like that.
Yeah, you do.
I have some like crazy wardrobe pictures. Like I got a school picture with like I got a button down like big huge those big tab collars, those big old long butterfly collars, and I have orange deers on my shirt.
Everybody take a minute right now and think back to the stupid picture that you had that your parents bought some dumbass outfit, some dumb hat that you wore that you got a picture of, and it'll make you laugh because it did make me laugh about them Russian hats with my brothers. But anyway, that was a good one. So, but it is the season of the dumb gifts. And I'm getting a lot of those dumb emails with things that you step into a blanket or something like just wrap a damn blanket around you. You don't need to step into the stupid thing.
Yeah.
Right? You'll trip your ass and end up breaking something.
Yeah, the blankets that are now, they got the ones bigger.
And you step into them?
Well, they got those big ones that are like the big giant robe blankets too.
But you got your feet, you step into them, so you'll trip your ass and end up breaking something. Dumb. Okay, so remember last week on the podcast, I told you guys, do not do this. Don't let it happen to you. And I was waiting for a plane just a couple of days ago. and the door opens up. Here comes this young girl, and she's like whining and crying, my Louis bag, did they get my Louis bag? And here's this guy comes out, and he's an older guy, so they're together.
Oh, okay.
And you can see the younger and the older, right? And she's causing this big scene. Well, I'm just listening to it because we're waiting for the plane. So this girl is in first class with this guy, and she's vaping. Pre-departure vapes.
Stupid.
Right?
What a bozo.
And she didn't understand why she was getting pulled off because she was in first class, and all she was doing was vaping.
She's a ditz. That's why she can't understand.
Okay, so here's this old guy dealing with this shit, right? He gets kicked off with his young girlfriend, and because of vaping. And she's over here crying, talking about her Louis Vuitton bag. And he's more concerned about he's got to get to Houston that day.
Right.
And this gate agent was being nice, and she was telling him, well, you're not going to get there in first class. And he goes, what do you mean? And she goes, well, first class is booked all day long. He goes, well, what am I supposed to do? And she goes, I've got 2 basic economy tickets available.
With you and your bimbo.
So because of that, dumbass was vaping in first class. Right?
Right.
Because you had to have the young girlfriend that wasn't smart enough just to sit her ass down. You could have had one that was your age that was smart enough not to vape on a stupid flight.
Yeah.
But you had to have that young one.
Yeah. Was this guy's name Belichick?
Possibly. No, it wasn't it. But this guy ended up having to go later, like 4 hours later, in a basic economy ticket, and he wasn't getting refunded
with this idiot bimbo he got with her.
Stupidity.
Yeah,
that was my week, Sean.
Dude,
and that was, the funny thing about it, that was only the stuff that I was going to actually, want to talk about. I had so much stuff this week.
Yeah,
that was my rundown.
This week was like so crazy. Like, I had like, did you have the full flights and the not full flights?
Yep.
I had those too.
Because it's the in-between stage right now. It's about ready to get crazy.
I know. It's going to get ready. It's going to explode here for the holidays. But I had the actual, I hadn't done this in years where we had to we pushed back and we had to adjust people in the cabin for weight and balance.
Yeah.
They had blocked all these rows and stuff because we only had 40 people on the plane. It was crazy. I was like, wow. We haven't done this in a long time.
Isn't it crazy when they put all these people and they're all in the same rows and then they have all these empty rows?
Yeah.
And they're just piled in there and they're all looking at you going, is it okay for us to move?
Yeah.
You can move from this section to this section.
Yeah. Right here, over here to this aisle.
This is the no-go section.
Right.
You can do that.
Yeah, they were we had to make all these announcements about don't move. We need you to be there for landing as well. All this crap. We know the scoop, but that's been going on.
So since we talked about all of our fun this week, did you see more than a decade has passed since the Malaysia Flight 370?
No, yeah, that I didn't see it, but that's some wild stuff right there.
It was. I started
more than a decade.
Yeah.
Dang, time flies.
Yeah. So they started. They're going to resume the search for this thing.
Oh, that's cool.
So they hired this company. It's a robotic company, and what they're doing, the Malaysian government, is going to pay them only if they find it, $70 million if they find it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because. And we're going to talk about this a little bit because this flight, if you guys don't know about this flight, there's a lot of mystery behind this. I mean, this is one of the biggest mysteries in aviation history.
For sure. I mean, next to Amelia Earhart.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
I mean,
it was this Malaysian flight, when it disappeared, everybody was like, how can the technology of this age that, all this just like a jet disappear?
Yeah. No distress call.
Yeah.
No hijacking messages.
For the longest time, there was it had just disappeared.
Gone.
And then much later, pieces of the plane started showing up on shores, different places.
Right.
Yeah, it was wild.
So then they knew that, with the plane.
It had crashed.
So on board this flight, there was 239 passengers, and it was en route from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. And it vanished from civilian radar less than an hour after takeoff.
Yeah.
And military radar and satellite data suggested the plane deviated dramatically, flying for hours into the Indian Ocean. It was incredible, but the minute by minute is the craziness. So I want to look at this, Sean, and a detailed timeline of 370's final hours. So this plane took off at 41 minutes past midnight.
Okay.
Okay. And it departs the Kuala Lumpur Airport, International Airport. And at 1:01, everything's normal. The plane climbs normally. The weather is good. The last ACARS transmission was 107. Now, for those of you guys that don't understand what ACARS is, it's an aircraft communication and reporting system on the airplanes. And it reports messages back and forth from operations.
Yeah, so the pilots can basically type in messages back and forth towards the operation without actually talking to them.
Right.
So it's like a double communication type thing.
Well, now it stops transmitting. So it was either manually disabled or it failed. But what happened in the 12 minutes is the big questions of this mystery that went on. Because the last voice contact was a co-pilot that calmly said, "Good night, Malaysian 370." Now, if you've ever flown international flights and you left at midnight, which I used to do, as soon as you head over the pond, at some point in time, they're telling them good night.
Yeah, any evening flight and any international flight, they're like, good night, like signing off from one, because there's no ATC, points that they're going across. Everything's done with radio navigation. So you're going across the pond.
Right.
And you're not going to be talking to ATC, but you're going to be putting in position check-in points, like, I'm here at this position.
Right.
I'm here at this position. So they know exactly where you're at.
Now, here's the crazy thing. So the last voice contact was at 1:19. At 1:21, the transponder was turned off. 2 minutes.
No, that's crazy.
Okay. 2 minutes.
Because when you say a transponder is turned over, that's an intentional act.
Right.
Like, you can't just like slip. Oops.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen.
What happened in those 2 minutes? That is going to, that's one of the big things. What happened in those 2 minutes? Because you had a first officer saying good night. Okay. And there's some theories behind this. We're going to go through that too. But in those 2 minutes, that transponder was turned off. And the military radar tracks the strange path of the aircraft. Now, if you guys want to see this, it's actually really crazy. You can bring up images on Google and bring up the Flight 370, Malaysia Flight 370 flight path. And when you see this, you'll understand this, because when it left, it was leaving on its departure route.
Mm-hmm.
And then shortly after that, it takes a dramatic turn left.
Like a hairpin turn left.
Right. And then it turns around, comes back across land. Then it goes back towards the ocean. And then it goes back towards the deepest part of the ocean. And then during this time, it starts doing what's considered a handshake with the satellites, because it's not recording. It's like a ping, right? So it's recording until the final ping. And then what they figured was the airplane ran out of fuel. Now, what happened?
That's one theory, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, from the distance, I think they figured out from the fuel amount of fuel that they had.
It wouldn't have enough fuel.
Right. And what it did is that it went to one of the deepest parts of where the sea, and this thing is like 6,000 meters deep. Do you know how deep that is, Sean? That's 3.7 miles.
It's crazy deep.
3.7 miles deep. I mean, that's unbelievable. So when this plane went down, and it's like Sean was telling you, it was just gone. It just vanished. It wasn't like they're a big debris field.
No.
And so they started looking at this, and they started looking at theories. And one theory was that did they lose oxygen in the cabin, or did somebody purposely turn the oxygen off?
Yeah, like hypoxia happened and people passed out and all that stuff.
Right. But then they had no transponder. That was physically turned off. And then what they looked at was they went back to these pilots, and the captain had a flight simulator from home, and he had a similar route on his flight simulator. But they couldn't say that it was him because he said there was no reason why he'd want to commit suicide or anything like that. They couldn't find a reason of why.
Yeah, they didn't like find a suicide letter or something like that. Like, you know, he had intentionally done something.
Right. But if you were flying that plane and you took that hairpin turn, you had to make that turn. Okay. If you was on autopilot only does what you navigated to do. Right?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
if you look at all the turns that it made,
yeah, that to me, like all the navigation turns of this and like where it was going, you know, it's not going towards its destination. As soon as it makes that turn, it's off course.
Right.
So before he ever makes that goodnight announcement and all this stuff, they were off course already.
Right.
Yeah. So and like it's weird that he like was so calm and there's no distress to it, and like there's so many like little caveats of like information with this disinformation of we don't know, that's what makes this so fascinating. Like you can't believe in this day and age there couldn't have been some more information from this flight.
What killed me when I was looking at this and I kept going back to that was those 2 minutes 19 to transponder getting turned off.
Mm-hmm.
What happened in those 2 minutes? How'd that transponder get turned off?
Something.
Yeah. I mean, so it kind of blew me away. But anyway, they were talking about the deepest parts of the ocean and the sea. So this one was like 6.7, 6.8 miles deep to where they figured that this plane in the area went down. Do you know a place called the Mariana Trench? Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah. Deepest place in the ocean.
11,000 meters.
Yeah. I think there's like spots in it that they don't know how deep it is.
6.8 miles.
Yeah.
That's just mind blowing.
Dude, that's where Godzilla lives.
It's mind
Have
blowing.
you been watching movies? Like there's all kinds of, everybody thinks that there's like, there's alien races down there and all kinds of stuff.
Right. Just mind blowing though.
Yeah, it's way down there.
I mean, thinking that the any part of the ocean being 6.8
whatever's
miles
down
deep,
there is down there.
I wouldn't want to be there.
Yeah.
But anyway, this was actually very interesting. If you guys want to see it, I mean, go back and just Google the flight path at 370. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
And I mean, you'll come up with a theory. They have all kinds of theories out
It'll
there.
be fascinating.
But you'll understand.
For them if they do find it.
Yeah.
Like if at some time, someplace they do end up finding, because they've already found pieces of the plane, like that's washed up in shores in different places. But so they know kind of, they already have an idea of the area, but it's so huge of an area and so deep that it's hard to find it.
Finding the black box and that black box actually still getting something from it.
Yeah.
That would be amazing in itself, because that would be the needle in the haystack for sure.
Yeah. I don't even know if a black box should survive
I don't think
pressure of that.
Yeah. I don't think so. Especially the G-force. Can you imagine the impact of that?
Crazy.
That would have been crazy. I mean, that would have scrambled your brains, just the G-force of going down from that.
Let's go around the globe.
All right. So this girl started this video and she wanted to slip this flight attendant $20 to move into first class. And she couldn't understand why this flight attendant wouldn't just take the $20 and let her sit in first class. She goes, I don't understand. What are these flight attendants? Gatekeepers? A gatekeeper that why would she just take her $20 and let her sit in first class? Because it was open. There's 5 seats open. Why?
You a cheap bitch. $20? Are you kidding me?
You ain't getting up there.
Give me a break. $20?
Yeah, it's our job.
I mean, you need to start putting some, C notes up there, bud.
You're still getting a hell no.
And you're still getting a hell no, but $20?
Nope.
For real.
No, you're sitting in back.
I mean, you might get a snack box.
Then you do your dumbass video, and then you get 1,001 flight attendants tell you how stupid you are.
$20.
Stupid. All right, you see the Airbus had that recall of software. They upgraded over the holiday. You see that?
Yeah, that was
crazy.
I know, dude. I was like, what? And then they grounded them all, but it was all just a software update glitch, whatever that was going on with it. But good for Airbus to like catch it and modify it and get a fix to it as quick as possible.
Yeah,
and it had no. It was kind of like a normal recall in like the auto industry, hasn't had any accidents, no problems, whatever, but they knew this could be a potential. So good for them for doing that, because that whether it was an inconvenience to the airlines and all that stuff, I'm just happy. Anytime it's going to improve safety.
Do you like Airbuses?
Nah, they're not my plane.
Okay, I don't like them. So I'm a Boeing guy. So anyway, I just had to throw that out there.
Well,
I don't like Airbus.
I don't like it. Like there's lots of planes out there in the world like that are flown by joystick, and Airbus is that joystick plane, you know. And I'm a video game player, and like I'm like, I just like that's just weird to me.
Who came up with the idea, Sean, of making one coffee maker brew and the other one won't brew at the same damn time? You got two of them in the back. Now, what freaking rocket scientists put?
Stupid.
Okay, you got two coffee makers. You only allow one to brew at one time, and then you got to click the other one. One at a time brewing system.
But that's a model to model. Like there's other Airbuses that do have double brewing.
Still stupid, dumb.
Yeah, that's just. I'm not a fan. I'm just. You know what? Here, I will say one thing positive about them. They're pretty comfortable to fly on. As a passenger, they're comfortable, except for the only thing. The first time I ever flew in them, like I was freaking out because all those noises.
Yeah. Exactly.
You're like,
What was that?
what the fuck
What
was that?
What was that? Yeah.
And you're like, are you like, is something wrong with the plane?
Right.
Like it was weird. And when you're sitting over the wings and you're hearing all that shit, you know, all the freaking flaps moving and all that stuff, and you're like, could they have dampened the sound on this plane a little bit better?
And the ovens in those things are like 90 feet deep.
Dude.
Right? The old ones? The old Airbus.
It's just a weird
the
plane.
oven. The ovens just go on forever. Yeah, I don't like them.
Well, it's not American made. Let's start there.
Okay, so we're going to talk about. Now, here's funny. We're just getting into this one. So, China built a device that can cut the cables, carrying 95% of the world's internet. 95% of the world's internet.
When I was reading this whole thing,
Yeah,
I was like, okay, so who's the genius? Was like, you know what I need to invent?
Yeah,
I need to invent something that will cut a cable to all internet.
yeah.
Like you're like, why? Who intentionally wanted to do this? Why? Like, why was this even invented?
Because everybody in the United States will be jacked up.
No, why would it? They're not going to be jacked up because they just cut off China.
No, but if you cut our cables,
It just cut off China.
yeah,
Like, I mean, the internet doesn't work that way. Like one cable doesn't disable the internet. The internet is this like massive network of technology. That's how like they have that. You always hear about the what is it? The black whatever. Like what's the word I'm talking about? Like you know, the black internet, whatever, the sub internet, whatever, all that stuff.
yeah.
And, you know, like you see on these like movies and stuff, we can't trace them because they're, you know, pinging all over the place. And that's just it. The internet is so intertwined with this massive net of internet of connections. So like cutting one cable is like, so.
Okay, well, you go talk to Spectrum when my shit goes down and everybody else's stuff is up.
You should have had Verizon. Haven't you heard it's the number one network in, you know?
So this one woman, I love this video. This woman was stand up. She was on this tirade screaming at this flight attendant, and she was saying all kinds of nasty things to her. And then, you know, at that moment when they realize they're being videotaped,
Yeah.
you know that song goes, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 right?
Oh, no.
She had that look on her face going, oh my God, I'm the next Karen.
I'm it.
I'm
the new YouTube Karen.
Yep, I'm the one they're gonna start talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had thousands of Crayola products have been recycled nationally due to potential to kill or injure children. Did you see that?
Yeah, dude. This is crazy. Like, I was like, Crayola. I mean, Crayola's been in the instant you hear Crayola, the only thing you think about is what?
Crayons,
Crayons, right?
Yeah.
But these had nothing to do with the crayons. Crayola made these like little blocks that have magnets in them. And the box, I guess, are so small that like kids can ingest the blocks. And then if you think about it, if you ingest a magnet, that's like super dangerous because it can like attract any piece of metal. And if you have metal in your body, it can, actually cause, digestion problems and all this stuff or blockages. And if you carry like 2 of those little blocks, can you imagine that like snapping together inside your intestines or something like that and blocking it? Like lethal.
Yeah.
Like super lethal. But yeah, they immediately recalled these things, and the 9,400 toy products. So did you hear about Joanne Buice? You know who that is?
No.
Joanne Buice was one of the original Clinton 12. Clinton 12, I just thought this is super interesting because this all happened in 1956, and it was when schools were being integrated. She just passed away. And she was one of the original 12 kids in Clinton, Tennessee that ended up going, because of Brown versus Board of Education decision, had to be bussed in. And she was, a black woman that she had to be going in there. And imagine being high school age and you got to all of a sudden go into this whole thing. And in 1956, like the KKK was protesting. They were threatened, burning crosses, all that it was horrible. And just to think about what these people had gone through. And I just like that whole generation right there is like passing away and all that stuff. But I started thinking how far we've come in the world right now. Like it's out there still, but it was horrible to hear. And if you really want to Google the Clinton 12 and the whole, this is just one school of many Southern schools that were affected, but this was all over the news and stuff. And, yeah, she just passed away, but this lady was like, it didn't matter what had happened to her and everything. And she ended up not graduating high school at this Clinton high school. Her mom was like, we got to move away. Crosses burned on the lawn. This is not good.
Yeah.
And so she went to California and they ended up becoming a nurse and lived her life out and all this stuff. And she always was super powerful and always was like talking about how, she used to say that, racism is a disease of the heart because it was taught,
right?
And it's so true about so many things. And we can get into this whole thing about like politics and religion and all this stuff. You only know what you know because you're being taught it, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
there's so many of these.
Everybody's innocent to or actually being guided by somebody in their life that's taught them to be this way.
Right.
And until you actually step outside of that to be able to educate yourself
right.
and to see the other side, you don't realize that you may be wrong or somebody's told you something wrong.
Right.
And it was just a fascinating, when it came up, I had to read the whole entire article about what had happened to her and all this stuff, but she just passed away. And,
those were the people years ago that really dealt with that strong racism. I mean, that was, you had to have so much strength. Today, I think a lot of people, they'll hide, right? Do you think that they'll hide, and them, there was no place to hide, like going to school. They had to go to school.
What do you mean by hide?
Well, some people they'll just use the word. They'll say whatever it is and call you racist. I mean, they'll hide behind a word, and it's not really racism, right?
Well, I don't know if it's not racism. I'm not.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not. No. I'm just saying that some people, today compared to years ago, with the KKK and all that, it was bad. For anyone.
No. I mean, there was
when they went to school. I mean, it wasn't a question. I mean, it was bad.
Yeah, there was blatant racism happening where it was public.
Yes,
the behavior of the general public in areas of our country, that was the norm. Like to be a racist was normal.
That was my point.
Yes,
years ago, whenever they had to go into these schools and they had to do this, the strength that these kids had to have.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about this, you got 10 or 11 kids come from a black community to go to an all white school that was just racist. I mean, completely racist.
It was crazy, my wife, she got to experience that firsthand. She went to school in Indiana,
right? And
they were doing the busing and, cause it just like blanketed across America and, spread everywhere. but every place was having their experience with it. And even in the North, it was happening in the North at that time and stuff. And she remembers like they had to shut down the school. She went to school and they actually told her to go home, and she didn't know what was going on. And you know my wife, she's oblivious to
Right.
She doesn't really pay attention to what's happening and stuff. And then she realized, oh, they were like, the KKK was at her school and all this stuff because they had started busing and all this stuff, integrating the schools. It is a period of history, and that I'm so glad that we are so far beyond that now, and that the world is getting like if you look back to where we were,
right,
and where we are today, even though there is still racism out there,
right,
and it isn't so prevalent as far as, how it was then.
What they had to deal with. That was a point that I was making.
Yeah.
Is that they walked into these situations and, they couldn't imagine doing that today. I mean, what these young kids did back then and walking into these schools and what
They're
they had to
brave.
deal with, they were brave. I mean, when you sit there and talk about these people, they were brave. That's true brave people that were doing what they did. Those kids it was amazing.
Yeah.
And their stories are amazing. If you ever sat and talked, I mean, that's one of the reasons I love talking to elderly people, is that their stories of their life is incredible. You just listen to them, you're just amazed at what they did.
Yeah.
I could imagine what her story was.
That's what I'm saying. Google
Right.
this, the Clinton 12, and Joanne Boyce of the Clinton 12 just passed away, died at 84. But yeah, it's a part of history that people should understand. This really was a reality of the world here in the United States, and we've come a long way. We have a lot more work to do, but yeah.
I'm going to check
Anyways.
that out because I mean, I love history and reading about history. So I'm going to check that out. But now we got to talk about, before we get out of here, you know who was just ranked number 1 of the most stressful airports in the entire world? Entire world.
I have no idea.
Really?
No, tell me.
Newark.
No. Yeah. Dude.
Yeah, baby.
The armpit of the world.
Your place.
Yeah. Newark is just a mess.
It's your base.
I know. That's where it is.
That's where
I'm
man.
at.
You the international Newark flight attendant.
Yeah.
All right, man. Give us the international inspirational quote of the day.
Well, here it is. Change is inevitable, but transformation is a choice. And that's perfect.
Yep, it is.
Perfect. Exactly what we're talking about, man.
Yep.
Transformation is a choice. Like you might have been taught a lot of stuff in the world and told a lot of stuff in the world, and you need to choose to educate yourself.
Yeah.
We
We learn, right?
do.
We learn from history, definitely.
Hey, man.
All right, brother. Listen, I loved your little intro, your song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too bad you didn't.
Bells will be ringing.
Okay, that was enough. All right, guys. Hey, we had a great time this week. You guys have a great week.
Sad.
And
Later.
after my buddy gets done singing, we'll be out of here. You guys take care.
Later.
See you guys.
And that's another smooth landing here on Cabin Pressure with Sean and G. Thanks for flying with us today. We hope you had as much fun as we did keeping the turbulence to a minimum. If you enjoyed the ride, don't keep it to yourself. Share the podcast with friends and help our crew grow. And don't forget to visit our brand new website at cabinpressurewithseanandg.com for merch, updates, our new blog, and a few extra laughs. Until next time, keep your tray table stowed, your seatbelts fastened, and your sense of humor ready for takeoff. See you up there.